So how can you attract high ticket clients as a coach? Now today, a lot of people are like chasing clients. And one of the things I want to talk to you guys about in this video specifically is how to position yourself in a way that people are chasing you. The biggest problem, especially when it comes to selling high ticket coaching services, is people who have a lot of money can feel and smell desperation. So when you're chasing, they're like, this guy's broke, this guy's poor, this woman doesn't know what she's doing. That's why she's trying so hard. She's trying to impress me. And there's really only three things you guys need to know to get yourself in a position that people are being attracted to you. They're the ones that are coming to you instead of you always having to go out to get other people. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeremy Sandell. I have done over $25 million in one-to-one sales, meaning I'm selling directly to one person. I've been in the coaching space now for over 6 years, worked with some of the biggest names in the online space. And the first thing you have to know when it comes to attracting high ticket coaching clients is you need to be positioned as an authority. And I'm going to give you guys some practical stuff on this, but I want you to think about it like this. Do people say that you're the blank person? Do they say, oh, he helps coaches sell more? As an example for me, he's the guy that teaches people how to build houses. He's the guy that teaches people how to sell more cars. He's the guy or girl that helps people overcome pornography addiction. Whatever the thing is, you need to become known for one thing. There's a great book Gary Keller wrote, the guy who, with his partner, started Keller Williams, called The One Thing. You need one thing everybody knows you as, at least to start. Eventually you can go more broad, it's fine, but at the beginning, you need one thing. And that starts with you identifying what is your one strength. What is the thing you can coach people on that 99% of people can't? And a lot of times people get overwhelmed with this. They have a lot of self-doubt. They basically believe, well, there's this other guy that does this or blah, blah, blah. You got to do a little bit of an analysis of your marketplace and get an idea. Okay, well, there's this other coach that teaches people how to get over drug addiction, but he's boring. But they don't actually help people enough, but blah, blah, blah. So when you start identifying the weaknesses out there, you have a way to kind of inch your way into that marketplace to become known as the person that does that thing. The other thing is you have to understand that you can't become an authority if people don't immediately recognize you. So they've done studies when people travel abroad. As an example, somebody goes to Japan from America, they're significantly more likely to go to McDonald's than a Japanese restaurant they haven't heard of. It's called the mere exposure effect. So by the way, you guys should be taking notes. I'm telling you, if you take notes, Beethoven had a great quote. He said, if I write it down, I never have to read it again. And I'm adding this. If I don't write it down, I'll never remember it again. So people will go to McDonald's when they're visiting all over the world instead of eating local food that's probably better in terms of taste. It's definitely healthier. Why is that? Well, people from the time they're born to the time they are traveling the world have seen the golden arches from McDonald's so many times, they've grown to trust it. Well, there couldn't be 8,000 or however many McDonald's there are if they weren't trustable. They just believe it. It's called the mere exposure effect. So if you want people to be attracted to you, that means you should be putting out a couple of long form YouTube videos every day. You should be posting a few short form clips every day. You should be going to in-person events on a monthly or at least on a quarterly basis. You should be hosting in-person events at least once or twice a year. And the simplest way to start building that authority is you go to Google, pretend you are your ideal client. What are they searching on Google? If they're trying to overcome drug addiction, they might be searching how to get over drug addiction without going to rehab. Or they might be searching how to get over drug addiction when you've tried so many times. So you have to get into the mind of the people that you want to influence and think through what are they searching, and then start looking at, okay, well, here's some of the titles of, articles that have been written that have hundreds of thousands or millions of hits. Google also has this people also asked section where you can look at, oh, people are also asking these questions. I can make a YouTube video about that. So becoming an authority means you have to be present. You have to be where they are. A long time ago, that used to be the town square. Today, it's YouTube, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's LinkedIn, okay? So you wanna become an authority and be perceived as an authority where people can say you're the blank person. You're the car sales trainer. You're the drug addiction overcomer, okay? So that's number one. Number two is you need to hijack other people's audiences. And what I mean by that is you need to collaborate with people that are already well known in a similar space. If you look at all of the big influencers online, at some point they weren't big. If you go back long enough, you'll see, oh, they started getting really big when they went on so-and-so's podcast. Or they started going really big when they did an event with all these people. So you need to collaborate. And a lot of times people are like, well, why would they collaborate with me? If somebody has a podcast, they are constantly looking for new people that are interesting to have on their podcast because they typically will go through all the same people that have already been on all the other podcasts. So by being interesting, by being an authority, by being somebody that's in the town square, they're going to be excited about you saying, hey, we should do a podcast together. I'm the blank person who does amazing stuff. Check this out from one of my clients. They filmed this video talking about how we changed their life. It only took 1 week or whatever it is. So you need to collaborate. There's no way you're going to go big all on your own. Now you can get bigger on your own. Like if you guys look at my channel right now, I've got, I don't know, a couple hundred subscribers right now. But if you guys watch over the next couple of months, that'll start growing organically without me paying for ads or anything. But it's not gonna grow as much or as fast as when you guys start seeing me speaking on stage with a bunch of people that I've spoken on stage with the last couple of years, or any of the new events that we're gonna be doing. And so you want to hijack other people's audiences. And the way to do this is if you have, let's say a drug addiction program, we'll just use that as an example. Are there supplements that people can take that make them feel good when they're coming off of drugs? Does the supplement company have a founder with a podcast? Maybe you should go do a podcast with them. Are there cool softwares? I know there's apps for this. Is there an app and the founder has a podcast and you could go do one with him? Is there an event where a bunch of really interesting people are going to be speaking that you could go in and talk at as well? And just remember, I said this earlier, but I'm going to repeat it a couple of times because this is so important. Don't doubt yourself, okay? People have all had all kinds of experiences, but there's only one of you. There might be other people that are competitors, but the reality is you have your own unique experience. I was telling my fiance this morning. I said, you know what? Who else is going to coach my people? Who else is going to help them? I grew up in group homes. I mean, my family had massive amounts of violence growing up. There's all these crazy things. I'm like, I defied the odds. Who else did that? Nobody else did that. Nobody else has gone from living in a house with 13 people as a kid growing up, massive amounts of violence and drugs, to being a top 1% income earner, traveling the world, speaking on stages, doing all this stuff. Who else can say that they've done that? And there's 8 billion people in the world. So you just need to find who is it that already has your audience that you can go collaborate with so you can hijack their audience. Now, really quick, before we get into number 3, I just want to tell you guys, if you watched this far, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every single day I post stuff that helps coaches not just to attract new clients, but to close more clients, to close them for more money, and ultimately to have a deeper and bigger impact in your market. So make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the little bell so you get notifications, And, number three, this is the one that screws a lot of people up. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If you want to do more in coaching, you're going to have to be prepared to do things that make you super uncomfortable. And this is the hardest one for every living human being on the planet. Number three is you have to become the kind of person that can't be ignored. And I'm gonna give you guys some examples because I want this to really stick, because if you get this one, you will be shocked. I mean, you will be absolutely blown away by how fast your business starts to grow. You're gonna have to hire people to help you with the coaching because you're gonna make so much damn money, it's gonna be insane. You have to become the kind of person that people are like, there's some great people in the world, but that guy is insane. I can't even believe it. That lady, oh my God, how does she do it? So if you guys read, I've been reading David Goggins' book again for like the fourth time. He has a chapter in there called Uncommon Amongst Uncommon Men. And he talks about he was going to try and be in the Delta Force for the Navy. And Delta is like the top of the top. They're like the best of the best. And he was going through the training all the other guys were going through. And at the end of the day, they're, military guys. They all go out to the bar to have drinks together. And they'd all be like, hey, come out with us, come hang out. And he's like, actually, I can't. I've got this run I'm going to do. I'm going to go run 15 miles. They just trained all day long. And David's like, no, man, I got to train, dude. I got to go do this run because I'm trying to win the next ultra marathon. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. And his work ethic and his just drive to be the best he could possibly be, to keep tapping into that next level of his potential, it was so crazy that they were literally like, dude, this David Goggins guy is kind of a jerk. Like, they didn't like it because, Delta Force is Delta. I mean, these are the badasses of the badasses. And what is David Goggins doing? He's like, dude, you guys aren't even that badass. I'm going for a 15-mile run. You guys are going out for drinks. You go home, probably, get lucky with your wife, stuff like that. He's like, I don't have any of that going on. I'm going on a 15-mile run. Next week, I've got an ultra marathon. I'm going to run 135 miles. And so you need to become the kind of person in whatever it is you do that people look at you and they can't ignore it. Part of the reason why David Goggins' story is so fascinating to so many people is the guy grew up in a terrible household, abusive dad. His mom left. His mom got married to this other guy who was actually kind of a nice guy, a good guy. He gets murdered within the first year of their marriage. David Goggins is fat. They're calling him the N-word, and he had to work really hard. He had to lose all this weight to go into the military, and he had all these problems. And so this is the hardest thing because you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and be brutally honest. Where are the holes in your life? Are you actually a good husband or a good wife to your partner? Are you actually all the way in on being the best parent you can be? Are you in as good of shape as you could possibly be at any given time? Are you the kind of person that you're working hard on your business and people are like, I have no clue how he gets it done. I don't know how this guy does this. And you have to be honest. I had somebody I was talking to recently. I've gained some weight. I was like, oh, I've been bulking. And he's like, well, yeah, you're kind of bulky. I was like, dude, you just say the truth, man. I'm kind of fat right now. Like, don't try to make me feel better by using other words that seem less stigmatized. Oh, you're a little bulky. No, dude, I'm fat right now. I overdid it. I was slacking off because I was using bulking as an excuse. I should have just been like, I'm building as much muscle as I possibly can, and I should have stuck to that. And I didn't. And now I'm in this space where I'm like, all right, got to lean out again. I got to fix this. I've been, kind of slacking off, not doing the best I could. And so you need to be the kind of person that you aren't scared to look at yourself and be totally honest with yourself. And the reason why this is so important is because when people see that, it's like a moth to a flame. They can't help but want what you want. Another example of this is a sales trainer called Andy Elliott. He teaches car sales and leadership and, relationship, like how to be a great husband and father, stuff like that. And the thing is like all these people, he's had probably 500 people move to the Phoenix area just to be closer to him. If you're the kind of person where people will uproot their whole life just to live in the same like city as you will never have a problem attracting clients. And for those of you, by the way, that are really serious about getting the absolute maximum results possible out of your sales process when it comes to coaching, there's a link below for the Stealth Closer program. It's not that expensive, by the way. If you're really serious though, put your money where your mouth is. I always tell people this. Every single time I spend money, it's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing that happens, I spend money. I went to an event recently. I spent $3,000. Next day, I made $8,000. I didn't even implement anything yet. All of a sudden, I'm just making more money. I was like, this is weird. Every time I do this, I make more money before I even do anything new. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Out of all the sales trainers in the world, most of them have never sold products for $100,000 or more. For the last 3 years, all I've done have been sold to sell products for $100,000, $250,000, or $1 million. Last year, while I was traveling the world working part-time, I did $2.5 million. I was literally working 3 hours a day, $2.5 million in sales. So for those of you that are serious, down in the description below, there's one link. It's just for the Stealth Closer course. You can get in there. I think it's $299 or something like that. It's not even that expensive. But if you're not interested, by the way, just subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you guys, I'm going to give you the kind of information that you wish you had bought from somebody else. I'm going to give this stuff away for free. It's going to be more valuable than most of the stuff you've ever bought related to selling coaching services, to getting better clients, and to just making more money and living a better life. So make sure you at least subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.